Hi, welcome to the Art of Business, the place for serious, growth-minded business owners to grow and learn. In our last program, we looked at the inescapable forces that drive all customer choices and purchasing decisions. Now, if your business has customers, then right now might be a really good time to subscribe to my channel, and then at the end of this video, go back and watch that episode too. It's really important because they both work well together. In this episode, we're going to stick with the topic of customers, but today we're going to dive into what's commonly known as the buyer's journey. Now, some consultants like to call this the customer journey, but I think it's a little presumptuous to call them customers before they have ever even made the decision to buy from you. Now, if you don't know me yet, let me introduce myself. My name is Art Getz. I am a flagrant entrepreneur, a Fortune 500 founder, and well-schooled in the art of business. So think of me as your chief strategy officer on your journey to create and grow a rock-solid business that will make all your dreams come true. And if you have any questions about your business at all, just post them in the comment section and I'll give you my honest advice for free. All I ask in return is a like and a share. That way YouTube knows that we're doing good work over here at the Art of Business. And of course, subscribe because we have some really great guests and programs coming up. Now, before it became commonly used as a marketing term, the buyer's journey was just a theory cooked up by a couple of big thinkers at the Harvard University Graduate School of Marketing and Innovation. It was my good friend, Bob Moesta, and Dr. Clay Christensen, the author of the legendary bestseller, The Innovators Dilemma. They were the very first to map out the buyer's journey, and they are the guys who also came up with the incredible jobs to be done theory on why customers buy what they buy, which is going to be the topic of a future episode you are not going to want to miss. And here's a news flash for all you subscribers. Bob has agreed to join and be our guest on that upcoming episode of The Art of Business. This guy is a certified marketing guru, black belt on the buyer's journey, and so much more. You don't want to miss this opportunity to learn from Bob and ask questions of this legend in the world of innovation and marketing. Now, it's really pretty simple sounding, the buyer's journey. It's simply the experience that customers go through when they identify an itch that needs some scratching. But the journey is a lot more interesting and actionable when you break it down into steps. Like any journey, it starts when a person first experiences a need or a want, and it ends sometime after the sale is made and the customer has actually resolved the original need or want. In other words, the buyer's journey is not over until the return period is passed and hopefully there's a 5-star review for your business. Now, the journey begins at the moment a customer first experiences a need or a want that they intend to satisfy. For example, the engine light goes on in the car, or maybe it's a bad experience with their current CRM. There's thousands of examples of first awareness. They're everywhere as long as you stop and think about it. Every purchase starts out this way, whether it's a bag of chips, a new mattress, or even employee health benefits. It's that one simple thing that awakens the subliminal customer in your brain to start thinking, that engine light might just be pointing to a new car in my future. In any business, the quicker you can identify that struggling moment when your customers first experience the need for your product or service, the better. Because once you know why your current customers started their buyer's journey, the easier it is for you to find other like-minded customers in a similar point in their buyer's journey. Once you figure that out, it's simply like rinse and repeat to get more customers and more sales. So once you figure that out, it's simply rinse and repeat to get more customers into your customer sales funnel. This will allow you to tightly focus your marketing investments, your content creation, and even your delivery channels and increase your odds of success, whatever you're selling. So, Let's go to the next step in the buyer's journey. The first thought is followed by a period of passive or casual looking. After that first engine light comes on, you might find yourself noticing different models of new cars that you like. Or maybe it's an article about better sleep or a quick Google search for mattresses because you tossed and turned all night last night. These are all examples of passive looking, and ultimately that Google search might have you moving into the active looking stage more quickly than you'd expect. It's actually a little bit scary how Google does such a great job of moving people right past passive looking into active looking and even buying. It's almost like they have artificial intelligence that can read your customer's mind. That's the previous episode that you're going to go back and watch later. Active looking starts when the buyer is ready to become a customer. They're also more analytical at this stage of the buyer's journey. They'll research potential ways to acquire the products or services they need to ideally fill the need or desire that they have in mind. They'll start with a best of article and some product reviews and hopefully a visit to your website and the About Us page. Did you know that this is the #1 page visited by most people on most company websites? So get it straight. Now, this actually brings to mind the pool guy who actually wrote an article about all the best pool companies in his town. And he very cleverly left his own pool company off the list. But it was kind of sneaky because he posted the list and his article on his own website. That way, if anybody wanted to know who were the best pool companies in Richmond, Virginia, they would get an article on his website because he was the only guy on the internet that wrote that article. And it was on his About page. He would tell them all of the great things that they were wanting to hear about the evaluation process that it takes to hire a great pool company to build their dream swimming pool. And he became the de facto expert on the subject. Now, this is the real-life story of a brilliant salesman named Marcus Sheridan. He's the author of an amazing marketing guide called They Ask, You Answer, which I think every business owner should read. It will change your entire perspective on marketing your business. It's also the topic of a future episode of The Art of Business, so stay tuned and subscribe, and you might even get a chance to ask Marcus a few questions yourself. So, once the buyer has collected enough information and opinions to feel comfortable pulling the trigger on a purchase, they get really focused on price and their future satisfaction with the purchase that they have in mind. Buyers at this stage are more emotional and the ego is driving the bus. Car salesmen love getting customers to this point, and it's the goal of every sales page ever written to get buyers to the point of conversion into customers. The act of consumption by the buyer is where expectations meet reality, emotions collide with facts, and it reminds me of the old advertisement for X-ray specs in the back of the Boy's Life magazine. Let me tell you, the reality didn't even come close to the expectations of a 7-year-old customer. I'll bet there were a lot of very disappointed boys out there. After a purchase, the customer enters the post-purchase phase, which is where buyer's remorse lives. They rethink their decision with new information after consuming the product or service for the first time. Did they have a good experience? And more importantly, did the purchase meet the buyer's needs head on? Was it a near miss or a major fail complete with a 1-star review on Google? If the buyer's journey has a pleasant and desirable ending, then it might be a recurring revenue opportunity for your business and good for a few testimonials, which is one of the strongest forms of social proof that buyers are searching for, especially at that early stage of the buyer's journey where they're looking for reasons to quickly narrow down their choices. And last but not least, there is a look back phase where the customer is either a repeat customer or has finished consuming the product or service altogether. These customers are the very best to interview about their journey. And if you do this post-journey interview properly, customers will tell you exactly how to get more customers to do exactly the same thing that they just got finished doing. There's actually a very specific technique for doing these interviews, and I'm going to tell you all about that in a future episode. And we'll be inviting a special guest expert for that episode to help us with that program. Okay, so that's it for this episode of The Art of Business. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Scoop Health. If you're looking for affordable health benefits for you and your employees, check out scoophealth.com. I really appreciate you tuning in today. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to use that comment section. Until next time, thank you for joining me on The Art of Business, and don't forget, hit that link to go back and watch that video about reading your customers' minds.